Welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555. For your message or messages, come in, come on. I've got intel. Yes, Big Cat, it took a hot minute to offload all of the emotions, the debt, the lies, to get to your Shangri-La, not having it blood. It did. It took you a hot minute to cut them off and send them back to the bowels from whence they came. They have regret, Big Cat. Let me ring my bell and clear that bad juju. Right now, we regret nothing. We understand the power of remorse, changed behavior. This is what you adopted when you stepped into your what? Big Cat Ibex mode, prototype of your lineage. You have royalty in your veins, Big Cat. I told you, there are two types of cat on this Malkuth. Volunteers and those that were sent back blood because they had not learned their lessons. What's going on with my musicals? Mercury retrograde blood. I told you, Big Cat. We are already in the throes of Mercury retrograde. Started on the 22nd. The pre-shadow, darling dears. Yeah. Like I was saying, there's two types of souls sent back. You was a volunteer, darling dears. I know there's no point quibbling over details now, but the point of the fact is you had already ascended. But you gave another soul contract to feeble-minded ones that kept being on the hamster wheel. You agreed to come back, to be that black sheep, the one that stood alone, darling dears, as you worked from the inside out. But imagine, Big Cat, when you chose to wake up, certain things in your life started to slide into place. It's like your natural charm, your natural invigoration for life, darling dear, just kicked in. It took you a hot minute and you was on shaky grounds until you bucked up on me, who told you you can't have it, blood. And I tell you that every day. You are powerful. Your words carry spiritual weight. Your ancestral team know that you chose to come back. And you are supported, darling dears. So when they tried their this and that, oh, they tried it. It didn't work. Not once you chose to wake up to the divinity within you. You invited the Most High back into your life. And you went into the unknown, just like Abraham Lincoln told us. Always go forwards, never backwards. The planetary energies today, darling dears. Lean in, Big Cat. Have you got your markers? Because we ain't getting smoked. It's a jungle out there. But Big Cat, we sleep at night. Cheers. Yes, baby, the planetary energies are. The Leo moon brings abundance of joy and optimism. You're going to be feeling hip, hip, happy. Hip, hip, hurrah. A square with Uranus could cause a little bit of trouble, right? Because some might think you're overstepping your boundaries. They don't want no happiness around them, right? So therefore you must give them their space. Some cases for air. Why? Because they are operating in law 10 of the 48 laws of power. Unlucky and unhappy. And they want to go to, what? A rescuer. Just saw 444 on the counter. You are on the right path, Big Cat. Focus instead on your own happiness versus what? Forcing others, the bitter Bettys and the bitter Benjamins, to see the sunny side of life. Wait and waste not a minute on trying to raise someone else's vibration. They are the captain of their own ship. And if they want to continue to poke holes in their rowing boat because you ain't no O or or. No, you're not. Like I was saying, the Chiron moon trines, right? Sorry, the moon trines Chiron, excusez-moi s'il vous plaît. This could bring what? Big rewards if you focus on your own well-being. Your own well-being, darling dears. Why? Them and hate the fact you outshine them. You outshine them with your happiness. So 555 on the counter. Change, darling dears. How you manage to find happy from the inside out. How some of you are happy and you're walking alone. That's what they think. Never alone, darling dears. Your presence is felt in any room you walk into. Why? You walk in with your shoulders back, your head up, because you've just been called by the Most High to enter and bring your light into these dark corners. This is why, as a spiritual being that volunteer, certain things can't go a certain way once you give the call. And you wake up. You can't do certain jobs anymore. Why? You're working with a lot of people that's got unchecked psychosis, darling dears. Jealous of stupid shiznai. When everybody has the same what? Bank account. When you wake up, you're saying, but Case, that's not, it's true. You've got the same currency of 24 hours. We all have. It's what you do with those 24 hours. Some of you have emailed me and said you don't know how to meditate. And you've seen some meditators that really know how to meditate. Well, guess what? How do I meditate? I focus. When I wake up in the morning, after I've kicked my way out of the duvet, giving thanks to the Most High for giving me another day to sock it to him, Scotty, I lay down for about 10 minutes. And I let the thoughts, whatever thoughts wants to come up in my cranium, I allow it, right? But I don't focus on it. You've got to let them flow, darling dear, because in the focus, right, you will manifest what? Enlightenment. Millionaire ideas. The best way to get out of a problem. Or your next best move, darling dears, which will always be perpetrated in silence, as you've got your flip-flop on, darling dear, the flip-flop of common sense. Now they want to what? They want a garden hop, blood. Garden hop. When they was telling you get out of town like you was the ugly duckling, tried to keep you as a thumber. They thought they was going on to green grass. Well, they bucked up on AstroTurf, on layaway. And they want to come, what? Garden hop back to you. You better say how now, brown cow. You better tell them to reach for the sky. Hey! My case, me and Nay hang out on a very regular basis. Why? Because if I've got to wield Nay, they're all saying, Nay, Case, stop it, Nay, Nay. Well, guess what? One thing that I was taught on this Malkuth, the only protector of me is me. In the physical, go and watch my Don't Get Smoked video where I teach you like Kung Fu and self-defense. You will come to understand words like limb destructors, your elbows, darling dears, where you what? You get a wide stance and you drop it low and you destroy everything in your circumference. They're going to come back to you, big cat. They, them, and arm. When they realize that you are flying high as only a big cat can. Prototype of your lineage. You have the badge of ascension because you volunteered to come back. And they still weren't saved. They took your kindness for weakness. They gossiped about you, told your intimate secrets, affected your self-esteem. They did everything to bleed you dry of your light, until you realized all you had to do was to drop 100 and 150 or 170 pounds was to what? Cut them out immediately, darling dears. Cut them off, and don't feel sorry, and don't look back. We talk about Lot's wife, Salt Bay, every day, blood. Instead, my darling dear big cats, we've got a new focus, right? What's that? 5 things, darling dears. I've got 5, but this is another 5. The 5 things you should be focusing on at this moment. Not a what? Garden hopper. 1 is to what? Make your money, your skrillers, darling dears, because it will give you choice, possibly even choice to change another big cat's life. Get your body tight and right. Where is your core ball? What is your exercise routine? What do you mean you're avoiding what exercise in the only temple you've got? You volunteered to come back, not to be what? Being taken out by a heart attack because you sat still. Keep it creative, darling dears. And your creativities, I told you, your North Node will show you your purpose. And as you meditate for 10 minutes in the morning on your bed of righteousness, ideas will come to you, darling dears. Creative ideas. You are built to be what? A ground shaker. You are innovative. Your mind was so 3,000, darling dear, compared to their what? Neanderthal ways. The 4th thing is to build knowledge. Learn something new every day, big cat. You have something that you're impassioned about? Well, guess what? You better get expert in that field. Learn something on your hobbies of choice. Get the knowledge, darling dears, because knowledge is power. And power is power. And I'll have nothing else said. The 5th thing is to evolve your mindset from one of lack to one of winning. Be in high expectation mode for anything you put your 5 or your 10 on, darling dear, to succeed. And it will exceed beyond your wildest dreams. Never you forget, darling dears, you are Khaleesi or Khal, and you hold the whip. You was a volunteer. You came to help. You came to bring light. You came to show them what a big cat can do when they tap into their infinite possibilities. Once you understood what joy and happiness is an inside job, nothing outside of you can bother you. Guess what, big cats? Can we have a quick chat? Who got check me, boo? Yeah. I've been feeling a bit of heavy energy for about the past week or so. Yesterday I got up, went out with the progenies to get food because they get mad when there's no food in the house. They attack each other. But I wasn't my usual bouncy self. So I was like, whose energy is this? What am I feeling? Because I know as a Hioka empath, I know where my happy state is. Being around my progeny, being able to enlighten them and teach them as I teach myself new things on a daily basis. I was thinking, whose energy's on me? Sat down at my many computer screens and called up my email. Well, guess what, big cat? I got an email from my solicitor. Yes, big cat. My decree absolute was granted on the 16th of August. And it was sent to my solicitor on the 24th of August. Now look at the numerology, right? The 16th of August 2022, right, is 21, world card completion. The day that I received the email from my solicitor saying that I had my decree absolute adds up to a 20, judgment. And today, it's a new day. We're back on the 21 again. Numerology is very important. Yes, Ivory Cross. I congratulated myself. At first, I cried a tear. I did. Because I'm telling you listen, dragged it on for 3.5 years while I was still spiritually tied. Did all of this and that. Resurrected what? A Jezebel spirit from the past and moved in with her and brought my progeny to that house, and I had to shut my mouth and hand them over. But now I'm free. I was always free in my mind, darling dear. I could have gone and done whatever I wanted, but I chose that time for celibacy and knowledge, darling dears. I nearly shed another tear again because this is a new day for me, darling dears. Free on every level. He wouldn't sign it. I had to pay 3,000 of my Skrillers.com, and I would have paid another 3,000 if it meant that I could extract myself. I didn't need his signature, but I had to keep going back before the judge because I'd paid court processes, right? Listen, I was paying them like they was my progeny's blood. So let me tell you something. When God says yes, you will be free, big cat, you will be free. But it's the time between the what? The darkness and the freedom. What you do with that time. Get yourself wrapped around these 5 things. How to make your Skrillers. Keep your body in shape. Activate your creativities as you meditate for 10 minutes in the morning when you open up your eye chakras. Build your knowledge. And evolve your mindset to one of high expectations. Free at last. Not even Kunta Kinte made it, but I did. Fist bump. Free at last. Let's see who's in the chat before we press on at a hot trot. Namaste. We've got what? Dangerous Tempters. Hello, darling dear. Big cat wave. Florida time. Divine love. What's going on? We always expect divine love over here at what? Don't Get Smoked Central. Darling Killingworth. Hello, darling. Glad you could pop in today. And we've got what? Angelic Alchemist Mother. Bonita Ballerina, my dancing cat, Wagwan. Are you good? Are you on your core balls? Because I'm telling you, this helped me. This was I don't know. You see, when God is ready, right, to take you through something, this Moldavite has been with me the whole time. The whole time. The other 2 times I had the Moldavite, it broke and disappeared. But this one's been round my neck. Major healing has gone on. I'm the Rock of Ages, blood. Nothing will ever take me the way I was taken before. What I know now is gold dust, and I impart it on you on a daily basis. My dear big cat, I'm your best friend. I know about Guantanamo Bay, but I also know about what? Shawshank Redemption. That man took what? 20 years to dig a hole to get out. Don't you tarry in a situation that is breaking your self-confidence. They're putting their hands on you, their mouth on you. They're skulldugger's Panani or Fatum. Don't allow it, big cat. When you stand up in Waddim and claim dominion over yourself, be in high expectations. This is a new day for me, and I share it with you, big cat. It took a while to get here, but I didn't sit down and take it. Oh no. I decided I was going to use my own Vaseline on life. Yes, baby. And it's always to the brim, darling dear. Always. Forwards, never backwards. Remember, it was lessons for you to learn. You are volunteers, as am I was a volunteer. This is why we are empath. This is why we are high priests and priestesses. This is why our soul tribe will hear our cry. What's that? Numero. Listen, what? Listen. No, you never see the Palmers. Me always have me have the big drum. Numero uno. You understood my cocoa butter crisis. I've always got drums on hand, mate. They wanted me on a dirty dab. They wanted you on a dirty dab. But I said, how now, brown cow? Not having it, blood. Always present, darling dear. And this is absolutely fabulous. I should be a spokesperson. I used it through all 3 of my pregnancies, right? Even though the last 2 was cut out of me, I didn't get one stretch mark. It fades blemishes, right? Yes, baby, all of this and that. If I'm going to have like a dry sauna, I will rub myself down with the palmers, darling dears, because as my pore opens, right, the vitamin E goes straight to my core, darling dears. I use my palmers. Don't know what you guys are using, but I use my palmers. Let's call in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, and spiritual guides. From Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies. Up, big cat. Free at last. Free at last. And don't allow them to what? Garden hop back. Whomsoever it is. Family, friend, co-worker, job situation. Whatever it is, darling dears. You can rise above it and you can co-create whatever you want. But knowledge is key, darling dears. And silence, it's the only way when you're wearing your what? Common sense, your flip-flop, which you will not be slipped off, darling dears. You paid your knees. Yeah. Fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely, darling dears. Let's get the planetary energies out. Oh, I already said that. So if I've said it again, then I must throw the planetary dice. I pay attention, mate. Big cat, look. It went straight up to the sun energy. It's about self. Yes, baby, the sun, the first planet. It's also masculine energy. It speaks about your vitality as well as your life force. It also is what the ego, the big I am, and divine wants you to what? Put yourself first. It's also what? Leo energy. Leo is what? The 5th house, darling dears. The 5th house that covers your progeny. It covers your childlike spirit, your creativities, darling dears, as I was saying. It's also the house of what? Romance and the sex, as well as what? Drama.com, darling dear. Some people are going through all sorts of what? Tarot moments in their cranium. That mush pit, right? Yeah, the mush pit. Drama.com, darling dear. Because you're winning. You won. Remember I told you that? The 5th house is a house of life, darling dear. It's telling you to what? You need to get something to eat. Somebody needs to entertain themselves. Find a different recreation, darling dear. I just said the hobbies, the 5 that we are what? Embodying. You didn't catch it? Rewind. Shalom. Robert Wright. Glad you could pop in. Big cat wave. Jacqueline. Arenton. Hi. Yes, baby. Today I stand before you emancipated. No more spiritual tie in the name of the Most High. Base of the deck, darling dears. Acceptance was key. You had to accept that they're feeble-minded, dull-eyed, and they must go on the short spiritual bus, on a field trip, past the sign that says you can't F off past this point. Yeah, all of this and that, darling dears. They also have to accept it, darling dears, that they're not going to be allowed to garden hop. Yeah, we're seeing fish energy. This also reminds you of what? Pisces, darling dear, the 12th house. The 12th house of what? Hidden enemies. Someone has got to accept that you are fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely, and you're not coming back, blood. And if they try to come near you, you'll use your limb destructors. The 12th house is also the house of what? Karmic debt, darling dears. Somebody is sitting in karmic debt. as they cry too late, as they realize that AstroTurf that's on layaway was a wrong move. Choosing others over you, choosing things over you when you was the whole package, darling dears, but at the wrong address. They must accept that she's not, they must accept it. They must. Let's get the witch's oracle. Wisdom involved. Yes, baby. A good day. What did I say? The cards don't lie. Time for you to be reborn again. Can you not see the phoenix coming from the ashes? Baby, a new beginning. Your fire is about to melt the hardest heart, darling dears. It's also going to bring down the barriers to what? Knowledge, darling dears. Some of you have been feeling stuck, but you have to understand. If you are not understanding something that you've read or you're trying to work it out, put that book down and move away. Go and do something else. Allow spirit to work through you, darling dears, and you will get the idea. The idea that will make all of the information you've tried to what? Incorporate into your life accessible, darling dear, so you can fully understand the rebirth of you, the rise of the big cat, as the Big Cat Chronicles continues. We flashed out for a moment then. Oh, it's the power. Losing power. Let me plug it in. Excusez-moi. The rebirth, darling dears, as the Big Cat Chronicles continues. Push clap. Free at last. You guys don't even know how full my cup is at this moment in time. Never again will I swear a covenant to a scoundrel. What did I say? Your cup runs over. This is fulfillment. This is the Ace of Cups, darling dears. In tarot, it also speaks about what? The autumn months. What are we approaching? The autumn months. The Ace of Cups speaks about a new lover, new relationships, new opportunities, all new everything, darling dears. Why? You have compassion. You understood your assignment and you tapped into your creativities. This is also about your emotions as well as your intuition and discernment, darling dears. Everything is in the up and up. And remember, Big Cat, going forward in life, you can only pour from an overflowing cup. Remember I told you that. This also speaks about what some of you are going to have to accept, that you have progeny and you are going to be mudda, fudda, fudda, mudda. Because when you leave a knock or that situation, they will do everything in their power to ensure that the brunt of the child rearing is on you. And if it's not, they will keep you locked up in court proceedings, wasting your skrillers, still trying to control the narrative of your life. Your mind is free, Big Cat. Free to imagine and reach for the stars, darling dears. You can have anything you want. Your current situation and past actions don't define you and what divine wants to give to you. Why? Because you volunteered to come back. Base of the deck. Time for you to come out, darling dears. Leave that cloak, the cloak of drudgery and fucking ease. They want you to wear for air. For air. This is between the two pillars of wisdom, bars and Jashin. For completion and beginning again, darling dears. We'll split the deck. Stability, darling dears. A new beginning. This also reminds me of what? The Ace of Wands, darling dears. We've got two aces on the tableau already and we haven't even really started. The Ace of Wands speaks about what? Being inspired, and your potentials, your powers are being what? Boosted, darling dears. It's also what? Divine telling you to take a risk. The Ace of Wands again points to what? Child rearing or possibly childbirth, darling dears. Create that stable foundation for your progeny, darling dears. Because your progeny are always watching. They may not do what you say, but they will do what you do. Be a shining example of strength, fortitude, courage, knowledge. Don't hold back any of your spiritual gifts. If you're guided to open a spiritual practice, you do that. She's naive. You want to be a tarot reader? Well, be a tarot reader. When I started my tarot channel, I was happy when 10 people watched the video. I was happy. But the deeper I went in, it gave me healing on such a level that I don't even know how to thank you, because if it wasn't for you guys, I would have still been what? Full to the brim of all of the knowledges I learned on my journey. And I would have had no one to share them with. I would have had no one to encourage. During the times when I was encouraging myself. Giving back, darling dears, that is the way of the big cat. Be a volunteer. As well on this Malku, volunteer your services. Do things pro bono. Not everything must have Skrilla behind it. But in saying that, not everyone deserves your gift. Especially what? The garden hoppers that wants to come away from the astroturf when they should have watered the grass under thee. Metal Babes 87, Wagwan, fist bump. Haven't seen you in a while, darling dears. You're fabulous. You're good. Slim Jim, fist bump. We're going in, guys. We're going in. Don't get smoked. Right. Let's get a rune. Which one? Okay. It'll feel a bit. Okay. You have a duet. Two of them. And one went right to the edge, darling dear, but not over. This also reminds me what? Of being on the edge of breakthrough. You've got two runes. The first one was already turned over, which is what? Jera, darling dears. Jera. But when you cast runes, you read them from right to left. The first one you have is Isa. This is represented by the Hermit in Tarot. The letters K, I, and C. The numbers 36, 37, 38, and 39. This speaks about what? A challenging time. But reinforcements, right? Your security, your ancestral team has been sent in. And in some cases, darling dears, you will be the reinforcement for another big cat. The survival kit for another big cat. This speaks about what? Self-introspection. It also speaks about what? Divine guiding. Spiritual guidance, darling dears. This is about you learning to stand alone. But in your alone, the hermit does what? Seeks knowledge. It may take a time for the other shoe to drop, but it will drop, big cat. Nothing like tenacity to get you through what you need to get through. You need to get mad with yourself sometimes. Sometimes you may even have to slap yourself across the face. Until an unexpected change is about to be upon you. One which will turn your life what? Around for the better. Dishonesty and betrayal, darling dears. You had to isolate yourself, and it's giving you what? A new beginning. The hermit, when it shows up, darling dears, speaks of what? New friendships, soul family turning up. You are going to be recognized for being different, darling dears. Breaking generational curses. Why? Because you was a volunteer. You've already done the rigmarole, and you had the choice to stay with the Most High at the 7th level, darling dear. Yes, baby. The level of high understanding and oneness. But you chose to come back to help those on the hamster wheel. And what did they do? Pulled you about like taffy, darling dears. Used your what? Your back chakra to rest their slippers, mate, after they came off the road from a long day of what? Dealing and mattress backing, darling dears, and gossiping. Yeah, they tried it. They tried it. You also have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. I might add, darling dears, this speaks about what? The letter J, as well as what? This is Jera. The numbers 40, 41, 42, and 43. It speaks about peace, happiness, and hope, darling dears. And it also what is telling you the efforts you made earlier have been recognized. Outstanding, darling dear. Posh clap. I wanted to do it. I can't click with my left. I don't know why. Don't listen. Don't press me. Yeah. The Wheel of Fortune, darling dear, is represented by what? Libra energy. The Hermit was Virgo energy, darling dears. It also speaks about hips and thighs. Some of you need to start what? Exercising your hips and thighs. Some of you are going to be taking up cycling, possibly on a stationary bike, or you're going to be going cycling on tracks. Yeah. It also speaks about recycling. Some of you are getting into the health kick, trying to get a healthier planet going. But the what? The Wheel of Fortune speaks about progress and timing. Divine timing has opportunities are being open to you. Why? You chose to be wise. It also speaks about your good health. The Wheel of Fortune also speaks about what? You're having foreign people are coming towards you. Foreign could be from another land, darling dear. And foreign could be also in the sense that their ways are different to yours, darling dears. But you're all on the same path. Foreign people as well as foreign travel is on the cards for you. Unexpected. But if you get the chance to travel, darling dears, do it. Travel broadens the mind. Your next partner will not be the same nationality as you, darling dears. Remember I told you that. If you choose to go into a partnership, some of you want to be solo dolo, like the boys and girls on the pole for air. But if you're choosing that because of what someone else done did, you are cheating yourself out of what? True love's first kiss. You've got discernment, your intuition, your security. You have prayer, nothing like a big cat with a prayer, darling dears. You've got high ideals and high expectations. Don't allow what a bottom-feeding, dick-dealing mattress back prevent you from loving a true love's first kiss. And they will not be the same nationality as you. Let's get some tarot on this tablet, darling dears. Press on at a hot trot. Base of your deck, we've got the what? Temperance, Sagittarius energy, the only zodiac sign that comes weaponized, darling dear. Moderation coming into your life. Your path has been hard, darling dear. Why? Because you have a foot in both worlds. I told you, you was a volunteer to come back. Temperance. It also speaks about your ancestral team, your guardian angels, telling you what? Peace be on you. Be patient. It also speaks about what? A secret admirer. Sagittarius is what? Ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter came through already with the Wheel of Fortune for the expansion of truth and abundance, darling dears. Jupiter also represents optimism and spiritual growth. Philosophy, somewhat. You're philosophers, right? Yeah. I've already agreed with myself. That's exactly what you are, big cat. Let's give it a good shofty. Okay. See what's going on. Base of the deck, 10 of Swords in the upright. It means what? Cutting the cords once and for all. The 10 of Swords speaks about what? Moving away from betrayals and lack and loss. You will stab, darling dear, up and down your back chakra. They plundered, pillaged, and tried to loot you. They are a swamp lurker. They are also missing. Yeah. Missing. Doesn't need a what? Police investigation. No, because you didn't do nothing to them. It also speaks about what? Defeat, darling dear. Some of you actually cancelled an engagement or a wedding. 10 of Swords is ending something that was going to be major. You cancelled it with quickness. And look, as I say, look what fell out. The Hierophant, Taurus energy on its face. The ending of a marriage, a long-term situation. Some of you are throwing in the towel on the whole job. I told you, a lot of unchecked psychoses, and they have not, I repeat, have not seen an exorcist. Very sweaty in here today. You know what it's like when you get the sweat under the breastline, darling dears? If you scratch that, you'll be sorry, blood. I'm telling you. When you get that sweaty area on the breastline, you put Vaseline there. Vaseline. Right. I'm talking to the women, not the men. I mean, I don't know why you're going to put on your breastline. Because if you're a man and you got breastises, black, it's none of my business. I'm not saying anything else. I'll go busy. I'm not even going to think about it. Just like Murad Morelli's feet. I'm not thinking. Listen. That was a lot of cards. Clarify the Hermit in reverse, darling dears. Somebody, I miss what you bring to the table. Your milkshake, darling dear, that you bring to the yard. They see you as a big fat missed opportunity. What did I say about regret? Let the bad juju stay with them. Yeah. The difference between regret and remorse, darling dears, is the difference between Judas and Peter. Judas took them 13 pieces of silver, ended up having to what? Hang himself from a highest tree. But Peter spent his life in remorse. Remorse is changed actions, changed behaviors. This is taking accountability for the wrongdoings. This person hasn't. Or people. Somebody's in regret over a throuple, darling dear. On this particular card, he's looking at the Three of Cups. They chose AstroTurf with a wombat tree sloth, right? And look at them now. All because you decided to come out from the cold. You took yourself from a very dire straits, darling dears. If you had progeny, they told you and your progeny to survive off saliva, which you did, like a boss. You've turned around your finances, darling dears. They don't like the fact that you're solid. You're bad alone. Come through Shensia. Posh clap. Somebody's unhappy because of the ending of a situation or situations. If it's a work situation, darling dear, you're going on to better and greater things. Remember I told you that. Don't let the what? The Pentacale hold you in a position that is not for you. Your greatness is meant to be somewhere else. You will find it in your North Node. Clarify this new beginning for you. Somebody not loving this. They're feeling upset, depressed. This is someone who had a covenant with you. It could be friend, family member, lover, husband, wife, whatever the paradigm is for you, darling dears. They didn't honor anything that you brought to the table. Broke down every one of your boundaries. It also speaks about injustices. Right next to the Four of Cups. Emotional emotional injustices that you've just overcome. Pentacles in this Five of Pentacles in the upright speaks about mental breaks and all of that, coming out of depression. They want you to be down pressed, but your ancestral team says, how now, brown cow? Down pressed. So 2020. They're worried about what's coming towards you, darling dears. Page of Wands speaks about messages. It also speaks about movement, as well as what we've got the Page of Swords. Somebody who is spying.com. They're spying you being what? Studious, darling dears. Learning new things. They're not understanding your gangster as you create right partnerships for yourself. The Gemini energy of the lovers, darling dears. You're making the right choices. You're embodying what? Mercury, darling dears. The third planet, which is the planet of what? Movement, expression, communication and reason, darling dear. Logic prevails in every situation you have going forward, but somebody's upset. You may have as much as what? Two progeny involved in a situation. The Gemini lovers energy. Lean in, big cat. This also speaks about a short trip. I told you somebody is about to go on some form of foreign travel. A foreign person will be your new partner, whether it's love or platonic or business, darling dears. Okay. This also speaks about what? You may even have a choice between two. The Gemini energy also speaks about the lungs. It covers the lungs. Some of you need to what? Cut back on your smoking. It also speaks about what? Siblings. You're going to have some sibling that's going to try and reunite, darling dear. But this person is still what? Wicked, immature, a heinous gossip, darling dear. And Jelly Bogelli. Jelly Bogelli. You don't want Jelly Bogelli where you're going. Some of these siblings are now seeing what you said, darling dear, but they won't tell anyone. They're watching you, darling dears. Some of them are applauding you in their mind. They won't tell anybody the truth of the situation, but they're watching you win. As you come out of debt, spiritual, financial, physical, darling dears. The same ones that sat back. They're the ones that are crying at your back, darling dears, as they try to be what? Garden hoppers. They want to come into your infinite source. Don't allow it, darling dears. You came as a volunteer. When you was there, offering all of your intel, your time, your energy, your true love to a situation, did they care? They had you like that old lady under a tree. Thinking about life. Trying to what? Put all of their blame shifting onto you, darling dear. They wanted you to be depressed and despondent, thinking that they was a missed opportunity. An opportunity for what? To have more injustices and more of your boundaries broken down? I think not, Scotty. I think not. Had to put my back into it. No. We don't go backwards, darling dears. You came too far. And it just so happens we've got 6 cards on the table. The energy of the 6, darling dears, about harmony, teamwork, and cooperation. Base of the deck, Queen of Wands. They got involved with a Queen of Wands, somebody who they thought was going places, buddy. Whomsoever they got involved with, darling dear. They want to isolate themselves from that situation. The AstroTurf, darling dear. They hopped into what? AstroTurf. One would lay away. Somebody who uses what? Sex magic or their looks to get what they want. This person or people want to be mentally free from them. They're trying to look at their spiritual side, darling dear. But guess what? They are not truly what? Seekers of the light, darling. They're Queen of Swords in the reverse. This is a bitter Betty or a bitter Benjamin, right? Somebody who's not enjoying a separation from you, darling dear, as they see you plan, plotting, and strategizing your life. Plain sailing, darling dear, as you move towards your infinite possibilities with what? The Most High at your back. Why? Because you was a volunteer. Queen of Swords energy on her face. This is someone who's a liar, right? Someone who doesn't speak the truth. No. This is not their go-to move. They hate anyone who is progressing against them. This could be a mother, a cousin, a sister, a brother, a colleague, whatever the paradigm is for you. When I said that, whose name came to mind, darling dear? That's your biggest hater. Base of the deck, clarifying the Hermit. We've got the 3 of Pentacles in the upright, darling dear. Because of the injustices that was perpetrated against you, darling dear, because of the boundaries they broke down, you was able to what? Rebuild. This is about what? Calling in true unity into your life and winning, darling dear. Succeeding. Pentacles in the upright is being recognized for your skills. It also speaks about team building as well as teamwork. Base of the deck, King of Cups. You mastered your emotions. And that's not an easy thing in the face of what? True adversity. You had to wash your face like David. One-upmanship, darling dear. And it also speaks about what? They're still casting aspersion on your name. Envy, jealousy, and hate. Because they're not allowed to what? Garden hop back. Leave them where they are. Hey, out in the cold, darling dear. The same cold they wanted you to be in, but God said what? Touch not my anointed. The volunteer? I think not, Scotty. Where you are winning, they are sinning. And this goes to 5-5. You let them go. Drop them like a hot potato. Again, 5-5. You've got 3 5s on the table for what? Change. So why are they depressed? What's really down pressing these heathens, right? Because you're not going to take their bullshit apology. You don't want their cup of fucking knees. The Page of Cups, right? We've got, what, 3 pages out here now. The Page of Cups, darling dear, is somebody who, yeah, we've all got psychic abilities. But they're able to what? Use those abilities to what? Manipulate people's emotions. Some of them are even hiding a whole pregnancy, a whole naked baby, who they're denying parentage of. Didn't I say someone is about to find out that they're a mother fudder or a fudder mother by themselves on their own, mate? They would love to come and offer an apology to you, or they even did, but you was vigilant, lad. You bid for it before. possibly even 9 times. This is someone who put their hands, their mouth, and everything else on them. This Page of Cups, a page. This goes to 5 of Cups, blood. They're in regret, mate. They're at Heartbreak Hotel, but we don't check into what? Heartbreak Hotels. We've already checked out. Because you're the Empress. Abundant, darling dear. From rags to riches. Spiritual rags to spiritual riches, darling dears. You're abundant, nurturing, and again, it speaks about the mother energy. Some of you are going to find that you are co-parenting with what? Casper, the friendly ghost. Because you won't take their cup. You've got some people that only want to what? Money to their progeny once they still have access to you. Well, guess what? Access is denied. This is your spiritual strength, darling dear. You are a spiritual warrior because you volunteered to come back. You've known these people through many lifetimes, darling dears. You saw them failing in every lifetime and you chose to come back and help them. And look what they did. They have to accept it and eat the shit pie as you eat cake. The Empress. Venus as well as Earth energy, darling dears. Knowing your worth and adding tax. You have a new life ahead of you, darling dears. Right next to the Page of Wands, tapping into your inspiration and your creativities. Use your birth natal chart. It's your map to anything you want, darling dears. Anything you want. Base of the deck, spiritually guided. You are strong, darling dear. One of the 144,000. Chosen to be the what? The black sheep because you volunteered. Virgo energy again. 2 times, darling dears, on the runes. As well as what? The cards. Base of the deck. Touch not the anointed. They can't come back. Again, spiritual protection, spiritual protection, spiritual protection. You know how I love a throuple. Not one that I didn't sign up for, but one that lines up with what Tesla said is the what? The meaning of the universe. 369. You stand head and shoulders above, darling dear, and this is about you continuing to stand your ground, Scotty. Why must you continue to stand your ground? Why? Tell us. Because they will do the same thing to you again, blood. Or even worse. They will betray you again. Leave them where they are. Base of the deck. On the rune, as well as the cards, the Wheel of Fortune, darling dear. Change. It's your turn to be on top of the wheel. Keep your expectations high. Some of you are tired, but you are being sent whom you truly deserve, darling dear. Only the Emperor can approach an Empress. The Emperor, a King, a Hierophant, or the Mage. From death to rebirth, darling dear. Full on transformation. They've seen a different you. The mouth breathers. You overcame something that they could never have done. If you'd perpetrated all of those actions against them, they wouldn't have recovered. What they did to you, darling dear, they couldn't withstand if it was done to them. Leave them on the astroturf. This is your chance for a new beginning, the rebirth and the rise of the big cat. We've already seen it. As your cup runneth over, as your every expectation is fulfilled. In the name of the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. A new day, darling dears. They must accept it. They must accept it. Yeah, they were definitely birds that flew too fast past their nest. This also speaks about the bad energy that's being sent your way. Major arcana, darling dears. Could also be spell work, darling dear. Malicious words. This is the what? The frenemy. They was never your friend. They weren't friendly at your back. At your back, they acted like they were single. All of your personal business, because the moon represents your emotions, being intimate, intimating details onto someone who used it like fodder on the wind. I can't make it up. 10 of Swords. But you got past all of that betrayal. Why? Because you volunteered. What's trying to peep out? Now, it's got me on my 31 teeth, blood. You know how I feel about my 31 teeth. The regret, darling dear. They're sorry, mate. They're sorry what they did. But it can't be undone. Because you're making right choices now. Where you put you first, right behind. Look, I told you, we lead with another 5. Love the Most High. Love yourself. Then comes your progeny if you have them, or the future progeny to come. Then you get the 4 and the 5 together, your body and the bag. Continue to make the right choices, and the true partnerships are being guided to you. In the background is Archangel Michael, darling dears. This is represented by what? Your solar plexus, darling dear. Your personal power, your self-esteem, your drive. It also speaks about your social identity. You're controlling your social identity because everything they said you was, everything they said you did, how you lead and live your life, and the fact that you are on top of the wheel. You already outbossed them, darling dear. You already outbossed them. When you became protector and provider, balanced out your masculine and feminine energy, making the right choices, you'd already won. It was already checkmate. Right next to the Lovers, you were sent here as a healer, darling dears. Divinely inspired to give people intel on how to heal themselves. But now you'll be the survival kit, because they will try to move how you move. They will try to do how you do. But it's King of Wands. This is somebody who only lives off of other people's attention, darling dear. They need the energy of others in order to feel like a king. When they're still juggling and struggling, darling dear. Juggling and struggling. Let's get the deck of the wicked. Might as well chop it up, eh? Tell us some more. Oh. Trust your intuition in that situation, darling dear. We don't want it to be a DNA crime scene. We meet no one from the past, nowhere. We've seen the first 48. And we are what? Keyboard? I said keybird. A bird? They're watching you, darling dears. What did I say? Sputnik. They're watching you with using keyboards to type in with their fake pages. Yeah, they're watching, right? And what did I say? They're hiding a whole pregnancy, darling dear. And if you're pregnant for them, about to give birth to their child, or you've got progeny with them, be prepared to be mudda fudda or fudda mudda. And never you forget, your progeny is always watching what you do. It's nice to be friendly with your progeny, but you have to remember, you're not their classmate. You have to carry the whip. You are the head of your lineage. Tell us some more information. Yeah. Merchant of Slander, darling dears. Somebody's going to take someone to court for defamation of character. You've got true slanderation. And it also speaks about any court case that you had with these people. They're going to lie through their effing teeth, blood. They're going to lie. Well, it doesn't matter, because the spotlight will be on you, darling dear. You are a light worker, star seed, a volunteer. You came back, you sacrificed your Shangri-La at the feet of the Most High to assist these what, morons? They're morons, right? These simpletons with unscrupulous behavior. You came back to help them, and they're going to watch you shine. They're going to watch some of us big cats step into fame. They're going to watch you rebuild a home, right? Yeah, they're going to watch you be entrepreneurs. They're going to watch you go into true love first kiss. Remember I told you that. They're going to watch your progeny excel. All whilst being in court. They're on the docket, mate. In Keitha as well as Malkuth. So forgive them, darling dear. Forgive them. They're a captive audience. Hey! They're a captive audience. That's a lot. Let's see what this says. They've got mummy issues. So their mother was possibly a narc. Someone with a big personality, a blame shifter and mean. Someone who wasn't really a mummy. So therefore they either a what? A misogynist or a misandrist. There was a thief of everything. A thief of joy, hairlines, skrillers, right? Everything. Them took everything they could. Some of them are going to what? Get left an incurable illness in their wake. And I'm sorry if that happened to you, big cat. But remember, you came back to this Malkuth as a volunteer. Any weapon they try to form against you, darling, they will be returned to sender. You're a divine child, shielded by your ancestors. It's boomerang season. Reaping what they sow, darling dear. The spell they sent, right? It did work on them. I can't talk about Gemini enough, darling dears. Making the right moves. Gemini is what? A mutable sign, right? It also speaks about what? Gemini occurs. A mutable sign is a sign that occurs at the ending of a season, darling dear. The season with the fickle is over. You are at breakthrough, darling dear. This is an opportunity for you to offer the true closure on every level. And as you offer that closure, darling dears, you are paving the way for another big cat. You have shown how adaptable, versatile, right? Communicative, right? They wanted you to be scattered. But you wasn't scattered, darling dear. You was praying. By the time you finish saying amen, the karmic wants to what? Be you. They want to get their echo praxis. I told you. They're hating, they're whispering, they're gossiping, they're taking notes, right? Checking their list twice because they want to be you. Because they're still living that drudgerous life, right? How did we get here? Let's see. No family support, betrayed by friends or a lover, right? You had to overcome challenging times. Not everyone can go where you're going because you're anointed. You came back as a volunteer and they spit on you. That's how we got where we are. Leave them where they're going, darling dear. Through Zemblanic, what circumstances, unfortunate events, as they sit on the astroturf, wanting to be a garden hopper. I'd rather burn that. I'll blaze that to the ground, blood, rather than allow them to come back into my garden. In some places, right, they do set their fields on fire, right, to give it a birthing again. I'll burn everything down before I allow myself to sit at a table that I've already gotten up from. Somebody took some of your underwear, darling dear. Good God, what are they doing? Wearing it on their head? Are they using it as a new face mask? Haven't they got anything to do with their time? This is why you can't allow certain people into your house, blood. And next thing you know, oh, can I use the toilet? Next thing you know, they've taken something from your bedroom to use against you. Not everybody is allowed admittance to your domus. I don't care who it is. Even when I get a workman come into my house, that person is being tracked, blood. You work in that area, you ain't got no business being nowhere else. Because anywhere they go, I'm lurking in the corridors. I'm lurking. Because you do get those ones that love to cause the chaos. They may not even know you, darling dear. They're a full-on weirdo, right? They will come into your house and see what you've got and try to leave some kind of chaos in your house. That's what some people are like. But that's their business, because you've got higher things going on, darling dears. Where do we go now? Where is the wellness deck? The wellness deck is hiding from me again. No, it's not. I found it. No, it said go to the romance angel first. All right, stop pushing me around. It's only because I'm allowing it. Yeah. What's this? Give your relationship a chance and the children, darling dear. Clarify that, please. They're going to try and use your progeny if you've got them with you to try and get back at you, darling dear. But it's not a situation that you're going to love. They see you as a flower to be plucked, not a prize to be won, darling dears. And guard your progeny's heart. You have to remember, they're going to be the absent parent. They're going to want you to get mad when they don't turn up for their responsibilities. You've got to be like Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. You've got to act like it didn't interrupt your flow. Carry on the day of your progeny. Find a different activity for them to use. Don't allow your progeny to be pulled about like puppets. Oh, wow. I've got a delivery, guys. I've got to go. I ordered myself a new cross trainer. This is how you will always feel in their presence. Like you're not enough as they drain everything from you. O'Shea! Karma! There's someone at the door. It's a delivery. It's a big package. I like to hear busy, quick feet. Busy, quick feet. There's someone at the door. Packages, darling, dear. Packages. She's coming in to take a seat. Go and get your packages, black. Go and get... That's mommy speak for... Do what I said. Continue to make the healthy choices, darling, dears. Healthy choices in every situation. And if in doubt, choose you. Because your true love's first kiss is about to be drawn to you, darling dears. It was a small package. It's not the one that I was waiting on. Go with it. I don't want to see it. It's not the one I was expecting. Yeah.
Can I still open it?
Yeah, open it.
Yeah.
True love's first kiss, darling dear. And you make sure that when you strike out, darling dears, that your arrows are what? Dead shot. You make sure that your guidance is straight, darling dear. That you are what? A true archer of life. Because where your arrow strikes, what you kill, you keep. Remember, I told you that. Some of you are going to be having to what? Choose to what? Leave the addictions behind, the addictive behaviors. You've got to let it go, darling dears. Leave those with the what? The ball and chain round their ankles. And don't get caught up in what love that is not true. You will feel it from the inside out. People will always come and try to take your shine and get into your presence because you outshine them, big cat. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teespring, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. It took you a hot minute to get over what they done did. But you did it, darling dear, like a boss. Never you forget, you're a volunteer to this situation, this malkoof. And you come with what? Badassery at its finest. You have the badass alchemist ways. You can create whatever paradigm you want, but you will not, I repeat, will not create said paradigm with somebody who already betrayed you, wounded you, and left you on the rocks of life to get it without the Vaseline. Big cat wave! Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat! Cat, cat!